Robyn.
And I'm Julie.
We're two mamas who love inspiring healthy living.
After facing family health challenges and seeing how natural solutions transformed our lives, we are determined to help other mamas thrive, not just survive.
What if feeling awesome is possible for you and your family?
Come along with us on our natural journey.
Hi, I'm Robyn.
And I'm Julie.
Welcome to our podcast,
Helping Mamas Thrive.
Today's topic, it's time to shift our paradigm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This is exciting.
We need to do some brain power before we start.
We do. I might need some. Do you have any oils that control your
Emotions?
Yeah.
Every oil? Wait. So if you don't use essential oils, we just use brain power because we're going to need it for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have peace and calming or vetiver. Which one would you like? Both.
Okay.
Vetiver.
Peace and calming. I need some peace and calming. Yeah,
She's saying that because the stats might be infuriating.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Wow.
So we're preparing our bodies for this conversation.
Yes.
But I've been wanting to have it for a while.
I know. I feel like it gets pent up. Like you read stuff and it all like goes in, and then finally you just have to let it out. Because otherwise, I don't know.
Right.
It might implode.
I know. But it's time for a paradigm shift. Oh, I wish I had a stat about.
Oh, yes.
But, okay.
Bugger.
I know. Maybe I'll look it up when you start talking about that.
Okay. All right. Good. Yes.
All right. Why is it time for a paradigm shift? What are we talking about?
Yes.
Oh, hello. We are talking about the medical model.
Yes.
And the way that people look at healthcare, and it's really sick care.
Yes. Which is not the same as healthcare and wellness care.
And what your mind, can you explain what you?
Yeah, a sick care is a totally different model. It is like a reactive,
that's how
way,
people operate,
right? Versus health and wellness is a proactive way. You take charge of your health and you take accountability and you take action in order to lead a healthy life, which is what we're supposed to do. Like we have a responsibility, and we don't get sick in a silo. Like everybody is affected around us by the choices that we make. So a lot of people are like, oh, it's my body. I can do what I want. Oh no, somebody's got to take care of you. Or your example is going to, show other people, maybe a whole entire family, how to manage their health. So if you don't take care of yourself, there's a good chance that, the future generations are going to be like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
I know. So do we want to start with some stats or why, or should we say, what the thing that upsets me the most that this has been brewing in my head. Okay. Like how we're going to talk about this.
Okay.
Today we're pulling off the Band-Aid.
Yep.
1 in 2 people with autism by 2030. There's a scientist, I think it's an MIT scientist, but I can look it up, is the person where he got that number. Okay. That is going to disable our society.
Yes.
Disable. So think about this. Okay. 1 in 2 people. When are we going to make changes? I feel like everybody just says, it's not me, thank God. Really?
Yeah, it's very true.
And even, before I knew anything about the cupcakes, I was like, having autism is better than having the measles. I mean, I don't wish that on anybody.
Right.
I don't wish disease on anybody, but autism is a huge challenge.
Huge.
I have the scars.
Yeah.
I have physical scars. I have emotional scars, and worse off, it's so hard for my son. Yeah. Like my struggles are real.
Yeah.
But he's like the hardest working person I know.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to, yes, I'm working on healing on him, but we as a society need to wake up and look at the reason. Don't say you're not smart enough to know. Don't say, thank God my kid didn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
We need to look at it and face it. It's
Yes.
time to take our head out of the sand
Yes.
and talk about it. And it's a scary topic. You know, a lot of times, even my mindset is like, this is a very personal discussion and everybody needs to make their own choice.
Mm-hmm.
But how are people going to know about it if we don't talk about it?
Exactly.
Because every commercial
Yeah.
is talking about it.
Yep.
Some kind of cupcake.
Yeah.
Every traditional medical professional is talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't just about cupcakes, but I'm just saying, like, we need to look at what's happening to society. And it's not just the 1 and 2 for autism. We need to look at autoimmune and allergies.
Yeah.
All the rise and
Heart
all
disease, like the
all
leading
cancer.
causes, cancer.
You want to share some of your stats?
Yes. And it would be different if what the traditional medical model was doing was working. But people are getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And the life expectancy is going down and down. So it's like, that's what I don't understand.
That's true. But I think that people have some cognitive dissonance about,
True.
well, my kid didn't get autism, so we're healthy.
Yeah.
And they're not looking at
Mm-hmm.
the anaphylactic allergy problems, the autoimmune,
Mm-hmm.
all the other allergies. I mean, the behavior issues, ADHD.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Okay.
The autoimmune, did I say that? Yes.
Yes. Okay. So here are some scary statistics. So 1 in 9 adults over 20 years old have diabetes, the lifestyle related. 7 in 8 deaths are considered preventable, not preventable. It's very presentable.
7 and 8. 7 and 8. That means our lifestyle choices affect it. So like if you're looking at in America, we want everything to be fast and easy. Okay. So picking up something from a drive-through, because we are working too hard. And now with the economy, everybody is working so much. And I understand the need to have something fast.
Yeah.
Because you just need to feed the kids and go on to the next task.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But the paradigm shift I would like people to see is that's not even food.
Yeah.
Okay. Even going to Chick-fil-A, which is probably the best one of them all, it has MSG, dyes. You have a kid with ADHD, don't give them dyes. Nobody should have it, but it's even worse with the ADHDers and the autism. The dyes.
Yeah.
The MSG, are you kidding me? And the list goes on of all the chemicals. So what I would say is like the paradigm shift needs to be like, well, we need to be fast, but is that really food? Are we really feeding the whole point of eating is to
nourish
ourselves. And you're right, it is part of the whole godly thing, right? So we're supposed to be eating to nourish ourselves, not to just not be hungry.
Right.
And so, no, like, don't give yourself poison.
Right.
That's kind of how I feel.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Keep going with your stuff.
Okay. So 1 in 7 adults are on cholesterol drugs, which is so scary. And
why is it scary?
Well, first of all, the drugs that they're on have tremendous side effects. So it's like, and it doesn't even address the root cause of why the cholesterol is high. That's infuriating. It's like, we're going to put a Band-Aid on it, but this Band-Aid is going to cause worse problems elsewhere. So, but it's okay. Because as long as we keep that number at a certain thing, then we're going to be fine. It's like,
well, there's no guacamole. It's kind of like playing guacamole.
It looks like guacamole.
Yeah, I know. And I don't want anybody to misunderstand. So like emergency medicine is super important. You know, people need surgery for accidents and there's all kinds of things that are medically necessary.
Heck yeah.
We are not talking about that.
No, we are not talking about the emergencies. We are talking about the preventable things things that we should be taking an inventory every single day. We live in our bodies. Like most people don't even know how they should function.
Well, also we're in charge of our bodies.
Oh, right.
We don't really need to give it up to anybody else.
Yeah, that's right.
But the other thing, not just emergencies. Well, anaphylactic, I guess, is an emergency. But
Yeah.
like if you can't breathe, you need help.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we
need to keep breathing.
We are not talking about
No,
those
and we're
things.
also
Okay.
not doctors.
Yes.
Okay.
1 in 6 kids are considered developmentally disabled. 1 in 5 pre-adolescents are obese. And 1 in 4 women are on antidepressant medication.
What is the other one that you said? Like one
Oh,
in
yeah.
the 18-year-olds?
Yeah, the 18-year-olds, 1 in 3 are on some mood altering medication.
We are in a crisis. Again, it's time to shift our paradigm.
Right.
How many teens, all the teens, this is stat from Robyn. 90% of the teens are on some kind of medication, either for the pill, either birth control, or ADHD, or diabetes, or depression.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We should find a stat for that, but I'm serious.
Yeah. If you put all those together, yeah, absolutely.
The pill. Okay.
Absolutely. Oh man, we're going all out. All right, go.
Because it's a time for a paradigm shift.
That's right.
If your child has bad cramps, there is a reason. Even though it's common, it is not normal. Okay. You can balance the body. You do not have to put that child on the pill. There's a great documentary called
The Business of Birth Control.
Right. Produced by Ricky Lake.
Yep.
And it talks about how carcinogenic it is. It talks about how it was tested on people and they ended up with all kinds of problems. What else about the pill?
Oh, just the insert sheet. They actually showed one of those and the amount of information and how small the type was.
Nobody reads the information sheet
ever for any cupcake or anything. And like no one ever reads that.
That's right.
Never.
We should have picked a more dismal name than Cupcake because when you said that, I got kind of excited.
Oh, wait.
Anyway, but so I'm just saying, like the pill is not a good reason. Right. I mean, cramping is not a good reason for our teenagers to be on the pill.
Yeah.
There's other reasons people put them on it because of sex.
Right.
That's a whole other conversation and that you have to make your own choices about that.
Right.
But for putting your teen on it because of cramping, just no.
Right. Yep.
Work on the food and
Yep.
the chemicals.
Right.
What is the stat about how many chemicals women put on?
Oh yeah, 83 something chemicals before breakfast in the morning.
Our teens, they're buying stuff from
yeah.
Shein. They're buying stuff from China, all these things that are pieces of poo. Okay. There's chemicals everywhere. They're buying foam lip glosses and this and that. And they have those stupid things hanging from their rear view mirrors. I really want to do like, what is it called when you like go and you change it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's super smart.
Hanging from the rear view mirror.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just so many chemicals. Anyway.
What happened to fuzzy dice? Just put the fuzzy dice in there.
That's funny. So they're bombarded and that's all affecting their periods.
Yes.
So if you're a mama and you have a teen and you hear us, please look at these things. If you have a girl going into puberty or boy when they are little and still in elementary school, like little, go try to get them balanced.
Yes.
If you have a child who is small and they need growth hormone, please look to see what needs to get balanced first. Maybe the pineal gland, which produces the growth hormone, maybe that's out of balance. And maybe you only have to fix that. I don't know. We can ask the body.
Yeah.
But adding things for the growth hormone is really scary.
Really crazy. Yep.
It's super scary.
It is.
Also, I never thought of this because, you know, hopefully you guys know this if you listen to us, but I had allergy shots. I had 56 allergies. I had headaches 3 weeks out of the month. I was telling Julie, I never talk about this. I had a lazy eye. My eyesight has improved. I had lactose intolerance. I had a lot of problems. All right, we'll just move forward and I'll get back to that.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So 1 in 3 Americans get cancer. Oh. And most of that is preventable. You know, we know like 85 to 90% lifestyle choices, you know, and so there are some genetic things that happen, but for the most part, we have control over those lifestyle things.
I want to talk about that, and I remembered what I was saying.
Okay,
But
good.
the cancer, people are very scared of that, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're in the system, that is scary.
Mm-hmm.
But there are natural ways to
Mhm.
address that.
That's right.
But best is to prevent it.
Mhm.
So you know how I said the pill is carcinogenic?
Yeah.
That means can produce cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Same with glyphosate.
Mm-hmm.
Same with other medications.
Right.
They are carcinogenic.
Yeah.
Or the side effect. Like
That's
read
right.
the side effects.
Exactly.
And if it's listed, that meant it happened to at least one person.
That's right. And do not think that anyone in like that has any, well, I don't want to just pick out like the government, but anybody who's putting things on the shelves and into offices or whatever, that they are concerned about your individual health. It is a business. And so they are putting things out there. I mean, obviously, if you go to the grocery store and if you don't just shop on the perimeter, you'll see that nobody else is really, they are putting things on the shelf, you know, in the hopes that they're going to make a sale.
And make us sick. And the US is only one of, I don't know, 3 countries that actually allows direct to consumer big pharmaceutical advertising.
Yes.
The other countries, it's, you know, from the medical establishment to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually let it go to the consumer. And at this point, when you watch TV, 90% is pharmaceutical ads.
I know. It's so crazy.
And they make them fun too. And I can sing some of the songs. And I don't even watch that much TV.
It makes you very angry when they're like, you know, they're making everything seem dreamy when they're talking about death, how you can literally die from taking this. And it just kills me. It's like, what is happening? That is a cognitive dissonance. It's like,
what do people think though? What, you know, because then they're like, may cause, like,
right.
It's seriously like 10 seconds.
May bleed out, you know.
But you can be really happy because you're taking this medication and now you don't have this one problem.
Absolutely. And if anybody does go over to Europe or other places and they eat, they will notice that their gastrointestinal system is very happy because they don't have a lot of the crud that is they're allowing into our food.
Well, that happens a lot with gluten-free people here. So people eat gluten-free here and they go to Italy and they're totally fine. That is because of the glyphosate is illegal there. Also, Italy just rolled out lab-grown meat.
Really?
Yeah. So labeling is so important.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys read the labels. So I just remembered what I was going to say,
Okay.
which is I was explaining that all these things I used to have, like, and I had allergy shots.
Yeah.
So what I was saying was you have to think about the delivery system of whatever
Yeah.
you're taking.
Yeah.
So I never thought about, oh, what is in that allergy shot?
Yeah.
Is there aluminum or mercury?
Yeah.
Like
right?
there was a lot of talk about their marisol in the cupcakes.
Okay.
Sorry, you'll have to.
Okay.
There was lots of talk about that when the kids were growing up.
Yeah.
And that, you know, they changed
Right.
the names and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I never thought to ask
Right.
in my allergy cupcakes
Mm-hmm.
if not once did I ever think about that.
Yeah.
Never.
And I don't think a lot of people think of the package. They only have the stat in their head, or this is going to prevent this disease supposedly. And so that's why I'm doing it. They have no idea what's even in them. No idea.
Yeah. You can look on the CC website by brand.
Yes.
And find the ingredients.
Right.
There's also, it's called a black box label, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can ask the doctor for it.
I wonder if they would even have it in the box still. Like
I don't
still
know.
have it in there.
I don't know.
Some of them don't even come with them anymore.
You can find them though if you're interested, and there are
Yeah.
lots of classes and resources about the cupcakes.
Yes.
Do you want to? Should I say this stat about the cupcakes?
Yeah.
This is a not so fun fact. This is
so frightening and so scary. But yeah,
nobody knows this.
I know. You need to say it.
The EPA says 0.5 micrograms of mercury is safe for a 2-month, 11-pound baby.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
According to the schedule that we have in the US,
Okay.
our kids are getting 62, and this might have changed. Because there's new things keep getting added.
It's probably higher.
According to the schedule, our kids are getting 62.5 micrograms at their first 2-month appointment. This is 125 times the EPA limit for a single day. So the EPA has said, this is what's okay.
Yeah.
And our schedule says, no, 5 more times.
So you just gamble and just hope that you don't have any co-factors happening, that you don't have any issues with processing or with MTHFR. We just like go in, assume. And when I went in to try and talk to after I had gone through and done the research, cupcakes, and went in with all my statistics, and my doctor was like, don't worry. No one is allergic to blah, blah, blah. So you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Those stats, they're not real. And I was amazed. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that is frightening.
You were convinced to do it.
And I did. And I cried, like I left, and that was the final straw though. That was the final straw because my son said, I was crying and my son was like, you were supposed to fight for me. And I was like, I just was undone. I could barely drive. I was like, I'm so sorry. Because he left. He's like, what happened? Because we went in there with a plan. I'm not going to allow the nurse to hold you down. I'm not going to allow them to do
told
this.
him.
I told him, like, this is our plan. I have all my statistics. I have all my research. I read it from my phone. I had it all there. And I was pressured into it. And yeah, that's what he said when I left. You were supposed
If
to
you're
fight
watching
for
on
me.
YouTube, I'm like crying.
Fight for me. And I was like, oh. So yeah, this is crazy because they were saying like this is equivalent. I don't know if it was with the mercury specifically, but an 180-pound adult is equivalent at, I think it was the first 6 months or something.
Yes, you can.
It's like, it's 180-pound person going in and getting 30 cupcakes at one time in one day. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
That is why we're talking about this today. So we're hoping that this just is opening some eyes. Nobody knows this mercury thing, this stat.
Mm-hmm. It's insane.
And I don't understand why the EPA doesn't go after the CDC.
I don't know.
Right? Because they're publishing this.
I know.
This is published.
Yeah.
This is information that is released. So why is it okay for one government regulatory system agency and not the other? That
is a great question.
Does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Does not make sense.
So we need to pay attention because there are, it's our responsibility when we go in to protect our kids and make sure that, we know what is happening. Do they have any other things going on? Do they have a cold or, what are the other things going on?
Yeah, I gave cupcakes with colds, fevers, double ones one time. It wasn't refrigerated properly. Got a whole nother set.
Oh,
got a whole nother set.
It's just not fair. It's just not fair.
It's not. So let's, if you're a mom, if this is the first time you're hearing about this, your brain might be exploding.
As Robyn would say, your brain is falling off your head right now.
Yes, your brain. Okay. Yeah. And so, you could digest this. If you want to reach out to us, we have a flyer that has like the ingredients listed by cupcake. It's pretty
Mhm.
interesting. Can share that.
Mm-hmm.
Just on a case by case basis. I'm not going to publish it here or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
If you can look these stats up, you shouldn't even take our word for it. Go look them
Yes.
up. They're there. If you go to the EPA, I don't remember where I specifically got this because I've had this for a while. But go look.
Mhm.
And things do change, like after the past few years.
Mhm.
Now doctors are screening the kids for myocarditis. And excuse me, aren't
right.
those athlete forms, didn't it get added?
Yeah, it sure did.
I
You have
got-
to have it once, like every 3 years or something. Yeah.
You got it it's added to
Mhm.
our teenagers physical form.
Which is astounding to me. It's like a problem was created and now they
Normalized it.
that yeah, it's just how things are. And now you have to have all these other factors, all these other extra screenings, extra questions. I'm amazed at the form now with the questions that are on it versus before. There are so many more behavior and mood questions on there
Oh wow.
than prior for sports physicals. It's crazy. It just keeps getting worse and worse.
So let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
So hopefully you know that the brain and the gut are connected.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these mood disorders can be prevented. Again, it goes back to our food choices.
Mm-hmm.
If the gut, so when you have leaky gut, that means you have little pinholes in your colon and your food is getting into your bloodstream. So you want to not have that happen. Obviously, you want the bacteria to have the good guys outweigh the bad guys. We all have bacteria. We need it. We need some. So there's a lot of things going on. This what is it, 80% or 90% of our serotonin?
Like close to 90%. Yeah.
Is produced in our gut. So if we're eating fast food every day, if we eat no vegetables, that's the one that really kills me.
Oh, it totally kills me.
So not eating any vegetables. And how do we expect our kids to think?
I know, right?
Or have a mood,
Or behave.
or have good mood.
Yeah. Or sleep. Or have any energy.
Anything. I mean, their mitochondria, like,
Yeah.
and like, there's just,
Yeah.
anyway, my point is, for the mood, the mood things, you can work on the gut.
That's right.
There are steps you can take. If you have a picky eater, put the good stuff in first.
Yeah.
Please do not say to me, I'm saying this wrong because I should be not as
right.
But don't say to me, my kid's a picky eater and I can't get them to take Juice Plus or Ninja Red.
Right.
Something foundational
Yeah.
to put some good information into the cells.
Yeah.
Okay. There are ways.
Yeah.
When they're younger, you can trick them.
Yeah.
I made that rule. That wasn't even a trick. I said, in order to have sugar, you have to have 5 fruits or vegetables. And then I changed it to 10 fruits or vegetables when they got a little older. So they would scavenge the refrigerator. Is this a vegetable? So not only did they learn what a vegetable was or a fruit, they had to eat it and they were more full by the time they got to the sugar. Did I deprive them of the sugar? No, I bought some healthier sugar things, but they had to eat some healthy food first. So there are ways. I hear it all the time. My kid only eats chicken nuggets and French fries. Well, do you let them go play? I mean, yes, they need physical, but let's say something fun for them. Or did you buy them a Lego set at Target?
Right.
Go tell them before we go to Target,
Right.
you have to take this Ninja Red.
Yeah.
Like there are so many ways.
I know. And they can't drive to the store when they're younger.
That's when it's harder. It's like once they are in middle school, it is harder because they have more access to food and money.
That's true.
And then once they're driving, forget it. So you got to teach it to them before middle school.
Yeah. Because my kids know what they eat determines how they feel. Bottom line. If they get enough rest and exercise and, that other stuff. But foundationally, food dictates how they feel. So if they don't feel so good, they're like, oh yeah, totally get it. my immune system dipped. I probably shouldn't have had that extra sugar, and my immune system dipped, caught blah, blah, blah. So,
Yeah. Usually for my teen, it takes 2 days. So like 2 days later, I get a phone call. Can you muscle test me? Why does my stomach hurt? And then I test, and it's like 2 days ago something was
mhm,
eaten. So
mhm.
that's kind of interesting.
That
I'm
is
sure it
interesting.
varies by person.
Yeah.
So you can figure things out by muscle testing, which is great because the body knows everything it needs to heal.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But the teens, YOLO, you only live once. Like
Mhm.
they have to balance like this knowledge.
Yeah.
Right. Your kids, they know
Mhm.
that, and they're kids. They're gonna
Mhm.
mess up, but we want them to have those epiphanies, those
Mhm.
not those things, the knowledge. Like yes, they know they're ignoring you, but do you teach it to them?
Mhm.
Those picky eaters that won't eat anything, you have to do a behavior thing. You have to say, do you want to play with your friend today?
Mhm.
Okay, just drink this. And you stand there until they drink it.
Right. And I think with the older kids, a lot of times, they're not made of money. So, but if you have it in the house, they'll eat it, So if something is brought in that's trashy, they'll eat it. So just don't bring it into the house, and then just make it more difficult for them to have access to it.
Mhm.
And then when they're there, do the foundational stuff, like do the easy no-brainer stuff, Nature Red or Juice Plus. And my kids just go in and get it because they're like, all right, well, at least I'm doing something. But then they'll know when we have a meal that there needs to be a fruit and vegetable,
Right. And
not
part,
really fruit.
part of that paradigm shift, though, I would say is you can't out exercise the chemicals.
Oh, yes.
Like people do
That's
think
brilliant.
that, oh, I'm thin. Oh, I'm a size 2. So I could just eat
Mm.
anything I want. No,
Mm.
your body you still have toxic overload. You're
Mhm.
still one of these adults
Uh-huh.
getting cancer and all these diseases.
Mhm.
And people are always shocked, like, oh, this person's so fit. Well, that's only one component of health.
Yeah.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's another paradigm shift I would love to happen. It's like, what am I actually eating
That
or
is so
drinking?
true.
Drinking is a big one, right?
Oh, yeah, very true. And most people are walking around so dehydrated. It's crazy, or they overindulge in other things. So here's the deal. This is what is so cool about doing something as foundational as food, is that it affects your whole entire being. It's not like, well, you have to do this because then it'll help just your heart or whatever. It helps everything. So if you nail this, then you're golden. Like seriously. Versus like, oh, I'll try, take this for that and that for this, and then that caused like 15 other things. Or if you get on a crazy diet or take a crazy medication that's gonna like slough off some of the weight, you are still going to crave all the stuff, and you're not going to make those lifestyle changes. So it's like a blip on the screen. Like, oh, okay, maybe you get some like 1-2 months of a difference, and then you just go right back in. And this time it comes back with a vengeance.
You just had a hot button.
Yeah. Oh, did I?
You did.
Mm.
Taking the weight loss medication.
Oh, I did. Did you look up the stuff?
No, we were talking too much.
All right.
There is no easy button.
There is no. Yeah.
Okay. So what happens when you take that trendy cupcake for weight loss is it like paralyzes your stomach, right? It does all kinds of things. It tricks your body.
Mm-hmm.
So are you wanting to go on that your whole life?
Yeah.
It's not doing you any favors. It's not balancing your body. It's like a quick fix.
Yeah.
It's not, and it has so many side effects.
Yeah.
I knew a person, she was like vomiting. She couldn't work, but she lost 5 pounds. That's what she said.
It's so crazy. And this is what we're showing to the next generation. Like, is this really what we want to teach? That we need quick fixes, and, oh, well, you can eat whatever, blah, 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 and then just like try and make it go away quickly. And no, there should be accountability. There needs to be there needs to be some responsibility in this country.
Right. And a lot of people, I mean, I get the whole weight thing. I mean, I still have weight to lose. I've lost a lot of weight, but I still have weight to lose. You know, there are lots of reasons why your body's not balanced. I mean, if you look at me and I eat pretty well, you know, there's stress and there's sleep and there's other factors that impact it. And when people say, I've tried everything, no, I don't accept that. I don't accept that. And I don't accept that with special needs people either. When I hear that,
right, exactly.
and they say they've tried everything, they do feel like they've tried everything.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. And there's so many choices.
And you of all people know, because you have gone the natural route the whole time. It's not like you take the easy button at any point in this journey.
Well, not the whole time. I mean, I didn't know in the beginning.
Well,
oh yeah,
before
Since
you
I
knew.
knew.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Before you chose to take a course of action to actually heal your child, you know, instead of just band-aiding all the things and then, you know. So
Well, I always thought there would be an answer. Nobody really tells you.
Yeah.
I think that some of the generation below us, the millennials, I think they're more willing to question authority than we were.
Yes,
Just
true.
Just from things that I am observing. I don't have a stat on that, but I see some hope.
Yes.
Like in glimpses of the younger moms not doing it just because, like we did.
Yes.
So that is amazing. Shout out to you guys.
Yes.
So keep that up. Like all the new mamas, we need you guys to question things, you know, and then make, you know, all we want you to do is research yourself.
Yes.
And
Oh
if
my
this is a very serious
research.
Conversation, maybe this is too much for you. Pick something else. Maybe it isn't cupcakes, you know, pick the food you eat. Or like the toxins you bring into the house. There's so many choices.
Oh yeah.
And like Julie and I say, pick one thing, master it, and then move on to the next. So maybe don't have a conversation about cupcakes right now, even though this is horrifying. Okay. Look at, what are you eating? Look at, what are you drinking? Is your child drinking juice and soda and Gatorade? Do you know how bad Gatorade is?
It is so bad.
I have to hold myself back at Target. I just want to help people. I want to have like signs.
I know, right?
Like, please don't buy that.
Right. You're going to kill your gut and your health and your teeth and like all the things. And it costs money.
You want your kids to behave. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, right.
When they're having
all the dyes and the sugar. Seriously.
So if you're worried about electrolytes, you can use lemon juice. You can use Himalayan salt. You can use there's other like more non-toxic electrolytes like the Young Living one.
I love
There's
that one.
a couple different brands we can muscle test you. It's kind of fascinating because a lot of people on Body Code come up with electrolyte utilization as an issue.
Yes.
Some people need lemon juice. Some people need the Young Living one. Like not everybody is the same.
It's the same. Yeah. We all are created uniquely and our bodies need different things. And to be in tune with your body is absolutely amazing. And our bodies are intelligent. And so they learn. So we do certain good things and we take care of issues that come in and our body's like, it just understands and it knows and it learns. And then also cognitively, like we can think and we don't have to just take things that are given to us. Like just take this. We can actually do research.
Well, yeah. And I mean, we don't have to take those diagnoses or, didn't you read one about Alzheimer's?
Oh yeah. Before
it's on your phone. You can't see it. It was something about people who took the flu cupcake.
Oh yeah. Between 1970 and 1980 are 10 times more likely. If they took it,
2 or more times,
they're 10 times more likely to develop Alzheimer's.
So
that's an older stat, like that's been studied and that is put into like, that's a published stat. Like,
right.
You know,
and my guess would be about the aluminum.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
My guess about that is the aluminum in it.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be my biggest guess.
Yeah. Scary.
I know.
Scary.
All right. So sorry if this sounded a little preachy or like gloom and doom. This is what we're trying to say. It's time for a paradigm shift. Please look at your life, at your family's life,
Yeah.
and say, what are the changes we can make?
Mhm.
Please do not do everything at one time. You will
Mm-mm.
never, it will be so overwhelming and you will give up.
And that's why I think so many people love coming to At the Living Tree, is because we do hold people's hands and we walk with them on that journey. Because there are some highs and lows. And when you hit some of those lows and you're in your own, your own silo, a lot of times you just give up. Whereas if you have people cheerleading for you or figuring out solutions, like, okay, that didn't work, but tomorrow's a new day. It is like a world of difference. So if you're one of those people that is looking for people to walk alongside of you, please just reach out to At the Living Tree and we will.
We'd love to help you.
Yeah, love to.
We love when our clients have the epiphanies, like, I ate this and I felt terrible. And I realized that every time I eat this, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
And, people get great knowledge when they're members with us.
They do.
They learn a lot about their bodies.
Yes.
They learn a lot about what affects their bodies, good and bad. And we're not like the food police. We're just like, hey, let's think of some other ideas and manageable small steps.
Yes.
Because we know you mamas are so busy.
Yeah.
Don't have any time.
Yep.
And we want to help you.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. So you can help your families and friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other things we should say?
Nope.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
If you like this, please like it and share it, subscribe. I don't know.
All the
Repost
things.
this.
Yes.
All the things.
Yes. And I wanted to make a point. If you have a friend that is out of town, you're like, oh, well, I can't, or maybe even yourself, that you can't physically come into At the Living Tree. We do things virtually. In fact, a lot of our clients are virtual. So that is a great option for people. If you share this podcast and they are in Canada or wherever, it's no problem. We are certified in quantum nutrition testing, and also body code for you, emotion code. We can help at a distance, which is seriously the coolest thing.
Maybe we should say what we do really quickly.
Oh yeah.
When you talk about the muscle test.
Oh, okay. So basically, quantum nutrition testing is a way of using muscle testing in order to determine what organs and glands are out of balance. And when we determine what's out of balance, then we go ahead and find the cause, the root cause, and then we're able to come up with solutions for that in order to get the body back into balance.
Right.
And then you do body code.
Yes. And emotion code. So body code is just level 2 of emotion. So I've been certified in that for a little bit. And it basically just releases trapped energies from the body, causing all kinds of things. So we could release pathogens. So pathogens are mold, parasites, bacteria, fungus. There's all kinds, viruses. We can release energy blockages. We can emotions, toxins, all kinds of things.
In real time.
In real time.
That is so cool.
It is so fun and amazing. And you can see the differences on people. It's really awesome. So if you want to work with us, go to thelivingtree.com. You can book an appointment. We also have a new practitioner named Michelle. She's also doing the quantum nutrition testing. So you can book with her too. So thank you for joining us and being patient through this today. And we want to hear about your paradigm shifts. So send us a note.
All right. Bye. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. And if you want to support our show, give us a 5-star rating.
To learn more about our practice, visit thelivingtree.com.